I love games, and because you clicked on this video, I can maybe safely assume that you like them as well. But I need to confess something as a fellow gamer. I'm not as flexible as other people when it comes to what they play. Now, do I mean I only want to play a specific genre of games? No. I think any genre of game can be fun to play, but for the last 1 or 2 years, I've only been playing a handful of games, cycling through them. Well, that's not completely true too, however. I really only played Dead by Daylight, and I played other multiplayer games occasionally like TF2 or Fortnite. But playing a game who's known for having an amazing fanbase that's just What? It's not... Well... Shoot. Well, playing a game who's known for having a fanbase that's... can really do a number on someone who's been playing it since 2020. So, in late 2024, I decided to take a break from all things multiplayer, unless my friends invite me, and just focus on my backlog of single-player games that had piqued my interest for quite some time. Now, this isn't a definitive review of every game that I've played, more so a nice first impression / a quick review of it. Also, keep in mind, I haven't fully beaten some of them, but I think I've spent enough time with them to at least have a good first impression. Also, this isn't gonna be a tier list or something. I'm just gonna be listing them by when I played them, from the start of 2025 all the way to, well, now. So let's get our journey going by visiting... Pokemon Violet, probably the most controversial mainline Pokemon game ever. Now, if you visited my channel, which you totally should, and also hit that button and subscribe, you would know that I have taken a look at Pokemon Violet, but I implore you to not watch it. It's cringe. Why? I hate my writing. So to recap, I loved the time that I spent with this game. It honestly made me enjoy the franchise again. While the battling was still the same as it was in prior entries, the exploration and catching mechanics were terrific in my opinion. Seeing all these Pokemon wander around and for you to whip out your Pokemon at any time outside of battling is great. But everything isn't all sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately. This won't come as a shock, but what really drives this game down is the visuals. For me, it looks okay enough, I guess. Like the bare minimum I would call okay. It's not unplayable, but good lord can it be rough sometimes. Not to mention the lack of voice acting can really be distracting when certain cutscenes play, similarly to Sword and Shield. There are cutscenes where the animations are so fluid, but once the characters open their mouth, you'd expect voice acting, but no, it's still text. So what's supposed to be an important or emotional scene can just feel awkward because of the silence in the cutscene. But despite this game having flaws in its visuals and presentation, I still loved the gameplay of this game, and I had just a terrific time with it. So Violet will get a 7 out of 10 for me. Huh? What is that? Where am I? I know, I am so late to this race. It's been 7 years since this game came out. Well, may I remind you that I had only gotten a Switch in December of 2024, so I have reasons. But anyway, I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the definitive Mario Kart experience. The controls feel fantastic, especially the drifting. The character selection is great, the tracks are phenomenal, the kart customization is solid, not to mention the battle mode in this version is actually fleshed out, unlike the regular version on Wii U, where the only mode on there was Balloon Battle and the tracks were literally just racetracks from the Grand Prix. Not to mention, the visuals on here is stunning. From the lighting, the models, the effects, just the fact that I could play this game portably is amazing. It's honestly a great pick up and play game if you don't know what to play. It's just easy to lose your time with this game. So this game gets a solid 8 out of 10 for me. Okay, so I am so mad at myself for not playing this game, or should I say these games, until now. Because this is genuinely one of the best experiences I have ever had. Now, this is one of those games where I really want to make a video on it, so I'll be brief for this section, or at least I'll try to. Also, I'm going to be combining Mass Effect 1 and 2 in this section, since I feel the same about them. Also, I want this video to be short. Anyways, Mass Effect is great. The first one was really amazing. The universe in this game is so detailed and full of lore, the characters are so well written, the voice acting is phenomenal, notably Jane Shepard, one of the main two playable characters. And for a game that was released in the mid-2000s, it's surprisingly in-depth with its topics. It tackles things like racism, classism, morality, what it means to be human, and that's just from the first game. Now, I haven't finished the second game yet, but so far it is freaking amazing. The freaking thing is better than the first most of the time. They expanded on everything: the combat, the open road missions, the weapon systems, the enemy and friendly AI, the navigation system, the upgrades. Really, the only criticism I can think of this game is the fact that my Shepard doesn't go to immediately see her long-lost lover after she woke up, and was the captain of the new Normandy. Like, girl, get your ass and find your wife! But other than that, I love everything else about these games. These definitely get an 8 out of 10 from me. Oh, where am I? Signalis is a masterpiece of a game, and I am once again angry about only playing it this year, which made me really think that I really need to get through my backlog of games. But anyways, this game is so freaking amazing, from its atmosphere to its story. For me, it's so carefully crafted beautifully. I wanted to learn more about this world. I wanted to know more about what else had happened to everyone. I want to know more about the person I'm looking for and why she's so important. This game can really be depressing, but there are moments in the game where we can feel somewhat hopeful, at least for me. That 3,000 cycle dance between Elster and Ariane, while depressing looking back at it, knowing what's coming ahead for them, I couldn't help but feel somewhat hopeful at the same time. It's like looking back at a good memory for comfort. It's the same with the endings. Some of the endings evoke that same feeling of comfort and hope, and all of them you can understand why Elster does the things she does in the different endings. But I'm not gonna say anymore. I really want to save this analysis in its own video because I really want to talk about Signalis a lot more. So for now, I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10. To me, it is a genuine masterpiece, and if you haven't played it already, I'm gonna say it outright, you are missing out at one of the best experiences you can have for an indie game. Well, this isn't Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, ever since playing games like Signalis and Saw It Were Closed, spoiler, that game is on this list, I've been wanting to play more PS1 style horror games recently, and Crow County is able to provide just that. This game feels like it could have been made straight from the late 90s, and I love it! From its stylized, low-poly art style, its premise, its setting, its atmosphere, and its characters. Heck, even its puzzles. It reminds me of Resident Evil. You going to different rooms, getting the different puzzle pieces, and finding what room you need to go through. Once you do, you now need to find out what you need to do in that room. There are notes scattered throughout the map to give you hints on what you need to do though, so you're not completely on your own. The notes aren't in order though, meaning you could get a note from a room you haven't unlocked yet, so there's still a challenge to it. But if that's too much for little old you though, there is a fortune teller crow you can use to give you directions on where you need to go. But you only get to ask them 10 times, so you have to ask them sparingly, and depending on how many times you've asked them, it will affect your ranking at the end of the game. And if you must know, I got a B ranking. I can't show you though because I didn't record it. While it's stylized as a PS1 survival horror though, the game does give you the option of more modern controls, or a more classic tank control setup if that's to your liking. The game is set from an isometric viewpoint however, and not a fixed camera angle, so that might put you off if you really want a true PS1 style survival horror in the modern day. But without it though, the game is still incredibly well made. With the things I've listed along with the gunplay and amazing sound design, this game is really fun to experience and I highly recommend it. 8 out of 10. Now, after playing the most depressing and soul-crushing game that is Signalis, I wanted to crave more stylistic PS1 survival horror games, and after just a little bit of looking around, I had found it. And I never thought I would love this game more than anything. This is Sorry We're Closed, a very stylized and gay PS1 survival horror game. Now, I had already made a video talking in depth about this game, and you should go watch it right now. Also, please subscribe. So I'll keep this segment very brief. I love everything about this game. Its art direction, its world, its writing, its gameplay, its banger of an OST and sound design, and its characters, especially its main girl Michelle and its main big bad, the Duchess. This was an amazing experience. I just had a blast playing through this game, and even though I loved my time playing Signalis, I just wanted a game that was similar to it, queer relationship and all, while having a happy ending. And Sorry We're Closed provided just that. Again, I have said so many times about this game in its video, but if you haven't, I implore you to play the game. It's not perfect, I know it's not to everyone's taste, but if you loved Signalis or if you love being gay, you'd at least enjoy this adventure and romance. Life is Strange, also known as a lesbian's canon event to find out she's actually, well, lesbian. While this game isn't in my top favorites, I still had a great time with this game. I love the writing, its art style, the premise, and of course, the highlight of this game, the relationship between Max and Kate. Oh, it's Chloe? Well, I have to rewrite this section of the script now. Anyways, it's no surprise that the best part of this game for me is the relationship behind Max Caulfield and Chloe Price, aka Pricefield. Side note, in this section, I kept referring to Max and Chloe's last name as Pricefield, forgetting that it's just their ship name and not their actual last names, so yeah, that was fun. Anyways, the relationship between Max and Chloe, in my opinion, is the reason why you should play this game today. Even if you choose just to be friends with Chloe, the bond between her and Max is just so heartwarming to see. Seeing them rekindle their relationship again after years of silence with one another, and now they're finally back together, they just click in place. Seeing them rub off of each other, Max being more bold and confident, and Chloe becoming more understanding and selfless. I love it. And before you ask, yes, I chose the correct option for my ending. I sacrificed the entire bay for Chloe. Sue me. Maybe I shouldn't tell people to sue me. This game gets an 8 out of 10. Alright, I still have some games I need to cover fast since this video has been going on for like, what, 15 minutes now? So, Pokemon Legends EA, I pretty much have the same opinion as I did with my Pokemon Violet review. I love the gameplay and writing, the characters in this game are actually so good, I love them, but the visuals and presentations for this game could be a lot better. So, 7 out of 10. Mouthwashing, again, I've already made a video about this game, so we can just go check it out on my channel. But to sum it up, while not a good quote-unquote game per se, it is still, however, an amazing experience through and through. And if you haven't played it yet, I really suggest that you do. It is a 9 out of 10 for me. River City Girls. Love this game. I love the art style, the music, the voice acting, the artwork, and cinematics. While this game isn't perfect, I did encounter some bugs here and there, and I felt like this game just ended a bit too early for my liking, and I wish there was more to it, but from what I've played, this game is great. It gets an 8 out of 10. Celeste, a game that every trans person needs to play apparently, and I did, and it was a journey to say the least. I loved my time with this game, but at the same time, it frustrated the hell out of me. And that's completely fine, since failure and trying again is one of the main themes of this game. Again, like some of the games here, I want to make a dedicated video on Celeste, putting my thoughts in there, so I don't want to say anything more, but if you haven't played Celeste yet, I highly recommend it. It may get frustrating at times, but I'd say it's still worth it. It is an 8 out of 10. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This might get me into some trouble since while I enjoyed my time with this game, I wouldn't say I was dying to play this game every day. I had fun, but not as much as others, unfortunately. This game is truly an open world game, and is a blast exploring it. I love the characters written here, with Zelda being the highlight. I love learning what she's going through with all the memories and what she's like as a person. I love the game, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. I'll give this an 8 out of 10. Super Mario Wonder. It's new Super Mario Bros, but it's fun, beautiful, and experimental. I don't really have anything else to say about this game other than it's fun. The gameplay, the controls, it's fun. It feels fantastic, and the game is beautiful as heck with its art style when compared to new Super Mario Bros. On, say, on the Wii or Wii U. So this gets an 8 out of 10. And finally, the last game I've played was Mario Odyssey. Again, I can't say anything that hasn't been said already. It's 3D Mario. It's fun. Probably I'd say the most definitive 3D Mario game so far. Because of the controls and moveset Mario has in this game is, well, fun. It's really just fun to run around the levels and explore to get the power stars. I'd say I had more fun with Mario Odyssey than Breath of the Wild since it didn't overwhelm me with its exploration, and now that I've said that, there's a bounty on my head. But this game gets an 8 out of 10 as well. And that was all of the games I was able to play this year, and I have to say, it was the most fun I had playing video games. Now, I'm not saying multiplayer games are bad, but take it from someone who has 4,000 hours into Dead by Daylight. Multiplayer games will burn you out eventually. No matter how much you had fun with said game, it will eventually burn you out. And that's fine. And you should take that opportunity to play something else. It's fine to play something else. Experience something else. That is one of the best aspects of gaming in my opinion. That is just so beautiful. There's no definitive best game ever. That's why a lot of people's favorite games are, well, different. And even if some people's favorite game of all time could be the same, their top 5 or top 10 will be different, I'd say. Every game is unique and will offer different experiences. So, if you're like me, getting burnt out of your favorite multiplayer game, dust off that backlog and do yourself a favor and go play some hidden gems because, as I've said in this video, potentially you could possibly play the best game ever made without even you realizing it.